In this video, we will be solving a question paper. Consider the quadratic number pattern, and they gave us the number pattern -45, -122, and -101. For 3.1, they want us to write down the next term of the sequence. Solution. I'll rewrite the pattern as it is first. -145, -122, and -101. And they want us to get term number 4. So to get term number 4, which is the next term, I'll get the first difference first. So -122 minus -145, that is 23. And -101 minus -122, that's 21. And remember, with a quadratic pattern, the first difference is linear, meaning that the first difference here, the numbers that are here, they are linear or they are arithmetic. Okay, so now what is happening here is that from 23 to 21, what happened? They subtracted 2. Okay, so meaning that from 21 to whatever number that is supposed to be here, we need to subtract 2. Okay, so it will be 21 minus 2, which is 19. Okay, then we're going to work in reverse. And we're going to work in reverse. We'll say T4 now minus -101 must be equal to, that must be equal to 19. Okay, so we have T4 minus into -101, and that is equal to 19. Then this will be T4 plus 101 equal to 19. Then T4 is equal to 19 minus 101, and T4 is equal to -82. Okay, so that is it. We have found the next term. So the next term here is -82. Okay, so I'm going to erase here. So we know that T4 is -82. So now that we are done with 3.1, we're going to go to 3.2. So in 3.2, they're saying, show that the general term of the pattern is Tn is equal to -n squared plus 26n minus 170. Okay. So for us to get the nth term or the general term, we know we need to get the second constant difference. I'm going to continue here and get my second constant difference. So it will be 21 minus 23, which is -2, and then 19 minus 21, that's -2. Okay, then I'll say 2a is equal to the second constant difference, which in this case is -2, and divide by 2 both sides, and then a is equal to -1. Okay, now to get b, we say 3a plus b equal to the first term of the first difference, which in this case it is 23, equal to 23. Then we'll say 3 into our a is -1 plus b equal to 23. And we'll have -3 plus b equal to 23. Then I'm going to transpose the 3 to the right. Then my b, so therefore my b is equal to 26. Okay, then to get c, we know we say a plus b plus c equal to the first term of the first difference of the pattern. Sorry, so it's a plus b plus c equal to the first term of the pattern, which in this case it's -145, and then our a is -1, our b is +26, and then our c we don't know. That is what we are looking for, and then equal to minus 145. Then minus 1 plus 26, that is 25, plus c equal to minus 145. Then I'm going to transpose the 25 to the right. So c is equal to minus 145 minus 25, that is minus 170. Okay. So that is it. We have our A, we have our B, we have our C. So now we can write our general term. So our general term, which is Tn, it's equal to An squared plus Bn plus C. And what is our A? Our A is minus 1. So it's minus 1n squared. And our B is, in this case, 26 plus 26n. And then lastly, our C is minus 170. Okay, which is basically the same as that. Okay, so it's the same as that. So we have shown now that the general term of this pattern is this. Okay, so that is it for 3.2. Now let us go to 3.3. Let me erase here. Okay, let's erase here as well as here. Okay, let me bring it back. All right. So now with 3.3, what is happening is they're saying between which two terms of the quadratic pattern, or between which two consecutive terms of the quadratic pattern, will there be a difference of 121. Okay, so now what is happening here is mathematically consecutive terms can be written like this. So it's tn plus 1. Okay, so this is how you can write consecutive terms mathematically, right? Or terms that are next to each other mathematically. Okay, so this question, please ensure that you fix it. I think there's something wrong here. So you need to say between which two consecutive terms. So you can add here between which two consecutive terms. So it's supposed to be consecutive here. Between which two consecutive terms of the quadratic pattern will there be a difference of minus 121. Okay, so consecutive terms can be written like this mathematically. All right, so now they want to know between which two terms am I gonna subtract those two terms and get an answer of negative 121. All right, so now I'll say Tn, okay, let me write it in black, because now we know this is how you can write consecutive terms. So we'll say Tn plus 1 minus Tn, that is equal to minus 121, right? Remember, we are trying to find out between which two terms am I going to subtract those terms and get negative 121, right? So now, what I'm going to do here, remember what this means. So Tn plus 1 basically means that go to your Tn equation or your general term equation, and where there is n, substitute n plus 1, right? So I'll have, in this case, I'll have minus into, then where there is n, I put n plus 1 squared plus 26 into n plus 1 minus 170. Okay, then minus, then now check what I'm doing. I'm subtracting Tn now. So with Tn, it's just this, right? So just put that. So which is minus n squared plus 26n minus 170. Okay. Then this will be equal to negative 121. Then we will have minus into, now I'm foiling, so it's going to be n squared plus 2n plus 1 plus 26n plus 26 minus 170, and then plus n squared. So I'm here now. So I'm trying to distribute this negative inside. So plus n squared minus 26n, and then plus 170, and that is equal to negative 121. Then I'll have minus n squared minus 2n minus 1 plus 26n plus 26 minus 170, and then plus n squared minus 26n plus 170 equal to negative 121. Now this cancels with that, and this 26n cancels with that 26n, and then this 170, negative 170 cancels with that 170. Then we are left with minus 2n, and I can transpose all the numbers to the right now. So it will be minus 121 plus 1 minus 26, and we're going to have minus 2n equal to, and then the answer here, so it will be minus 121. Let me just quickly calculate it. So we have minus 121 plus 1 minus 26, and that is minus 146. And then divide both sides by minus 2, and then n is equal to 73. Okay. So now that we know that our n is equal to 73, it means, so if we go back now, take this 73 and we're going to put it here and there, right? So it means the two consecutive terms are term number 73 and term number 73 plus 1, right? So it's basically term number 73 and term number 73 plus 1. And term number 73 plus 1 is basically term number 74, right? So it means term number 73 and term number 74, when you subtract them, you will get a difference of minus 121. Okay. Now moving on to 3.4, I'm going to erase here. Just quickly erase. Moving on to 3.4. So in 3.4, they want us to determine the maximum value of the sequence, right? So with quadratic number pattern, every time when they say maximum value or minimum value, they want you to get the maximum value or the minimum value. I want you to shift a bit from number patterns and go back to functions, okay? And go back to functions. Remember, in functions, because remember that this is basically a quadratic function. So it's a parabola, okay? So this is basically a parabola. And remember, in functions, if you want the maximum value, right, what do you do? So let's say you want the maximum value for a parabola. You use the axis of symmetry equation. X is equals to minus b all over 2a. And you're going to get the x value of the axis of symmetry. And then you take the x value of the axis of symmetry, you substitute it back to your original equation to get the maximum value, right? And that is what we're going to do here also. However, I'm not going to use x because remember that this is in the form of n, right? So I can't be using x here. So the equation will change to n is equal to minus b all over 2a. So it will be n equal to minus into my b is 26, right? As you can see here, my b is 26 all over 2, and then my a is minus 1, right? Then 26 divided by 2, that is 13, right? So this is the x value of the maximum value, right? So this is the x value of the maximum. So basically, now to get the maximum value will be equal to, you take that x value, which is in this case it's an n value. So you take that and then you substitute it into your original equation. So it's going to be minus, so it's going to be minus into 13 all squared plus 26 into 13, then minus 170. Okay, then maximum value is equal to, so you put that into your calculator and you get that your maximum value is basically minus 1. Okay, so that is it for this video, guys. See you on my next video. Thank you.